What's going on, you guys? So we're back with another video. This time we're reviewing, like I said before, the Gerber Strongarm. Now, this is an incomplete set that actually has a MOLLE compatible sheath. It's probably the best sheath that Gerber's ever made. It has so many options. You can carry it belt loop up, belt loop down, MOLLE, but however, I don't have that part of the sheath. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. Eventually, I will find it because this knife will be going in my survival pack, 100%. This is a great knife. If you've seen other people review it, like people like Giddings Tactical, they've actually put it through like a gauntlet, as they would say, where they sent the same knife to different reviewers and they just resharpened it, and it's then sent it back to him. It was his knife, and the knife was perfect. Now, I want to give you some insight onto this knife. Gerber came out with this knife maybe a couple years ago, and I actually purchased it shortly after they came out with it. It's 420 high carbon steel, which is usually a budget steel here in the United States. It's not the best steel. I own 3 types of US steel for my knives, and they're all Gerber knives. 420 high carbon, 154 cm, and S30V. S30V being the best. It's hard to put an edge on. 154 cm sort of in the middle. And then 420 high carbon is easy to put an edge on because it's a little bit of a softer steel, but is actually still a great steel if you put the right heat treatment on it. And Gerber is really good at heat treating their steels. This knife, from what I've seen and other people reviewing it, and from personal use, I have another one. I don't know exactly where it is. I think I actually gave it to somebody because I ended up buying a new one and they sort of wanted it. But I had another one which I actually used, and it held up well. I took it, you got it sharpened, and once a year, and it held up well. It held its edge for a while. This one's still razor sharp. As you can see, it doesn't have much use on it. I did use it a little bit when we were camping once. But let's do some features of it. So yeah, it says 420 high carbon steel, and I believe you can actually get this in a serrated edge. However, I chose the fine edge. At the time, I did not have a fine edge knife, and I wanted a fine edge knife. So I went and bought this one as a fine edge, and I can say one thing, I'm absolutely satisfied with getting a fine edge for this knife. In my opinion, it can be a little bit more useful, and I usually have a serrated edge knife in my backpack and my bug out bag anyways. So far, you can see it has a really nice grip. It has a diamond textured rubber overmold grip, a little bit of an indent there, so you really get your fingers in there if you're chopping, and it really sticks to your hand. You can feel it stick to your hands. And it's got a pummel on the back, a glass breaker pummel with a lanyard hole in the back. However, I wish they had a little bit of jimping on the up top, so when you're using it a little bit more, you can get a little bit more of a grip on the blade. However, which you don't really need because you have a little bit of jimping right here on the side of the handle, so you can sort of get deep in there. However, I like to get a little bit more of a leverage on my knife. Like I said, it's 420 high carbon steel, made in the United States. It's going to hold its edge decently well, and it's going to be easy enough to put an edge back on. So it's a knife that will last you a very, very, very long time. I would highly recommend this knife. Out of 5 stars for its category, I would rate it probably a good solid 4 stars. Great knife, good, decent steel, nice heat treat on the steel. Really, for the sheath itself, I'd give 5 stars. It's a great sheath. It has a bunch of different ways to lash it to something, to put it in your bug out bag, to put it on your tactical vest, to put it wherever you need to do. This sheath, and the entire sheath, obviously I don't have the other part, will do a really great job of fitting to whatever you need it to do. So overall, great knife, and it's actually it's under $100. I think you can get it for maybe like 50, 60 bucks. So it's actually a great deal on a knife that's going to last you a long time. It's going to do the job that you need it to do, and it's going to stay sharp, and it's going to be easy enough for you to maintain. So I would highly recommend this knife for your bug out bag. I know people who actually I've recommended this knife to that have multiple bug out bags in the house, and each one of their bug out bags actually has this knife in it, and they said they love it. They take it camping. They use it for anything from cutting food to minor bushcraft, even major bushcraft. So I recommend this knife. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want an in-depth look at this knife, please let me know, and I'll do a farther in-depth look at the knife. We'll go out and maybe try to test it somewhere. I know a place where I can go test it. I don't particularly would not like to go out there and test it because in my state it is actually illegal to carry this knife on you. So it's a little bit harder for me to do it. Eventually I want to get maybe some wood and we'll put it in the back so we can go out there and test knives during the summer. But I live in New England. I live in a small town, New England. In Massachusetts, knife laws are very strict. So sadly I'm not able to do all that stuff yet. I'll find a way around that. However, until then, this is what the reviews are going to be. And over the course of the next month, I'm putting together a bug out bag. I said this in the beginning one. Now, every time I order stuff for it, I'm going to eventually do a review on it and show you guys what exactly it is, what you should have, and once the completed product is done, I will review the entire bug out bag in general. Now, I'm going to be working on this bug out bag for years. I'm going to be constantly adding stuff to it, changing it up. And I'm eventually going to add another one for the house, one for the car. The one I'm buying is going to be sitting in the car. So overall, over the next couple months, you're going to see me put out stuff, making a bug out bag. And simple as that, you guys are going to see the process of how to do it, what to buy, what to put in it to help you survive 3 days. If you're stuck somewhere out in the wilderness, you don't know what to do. That was kind of cheesy, but if you're just out there stuck, you need to get home. 3-day bug out bag. You're going to see that over the course of the next couple of months. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, favorite, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys around.